Hi everybody, I hope you are doing well. Now, it's been about 3 weeks ago that I did the video on our Swedish house, and now 3 weeks later it's time to wrap things up because I'm leaving here. My wife, she left about, when was it? 9 days ago. So since that time I've been here all by myself. And one thing that really surprises me is how quiet it is. Yes, the airport of Arlanda is way down the road, which is about 40 or 50 kilometers. You hear aeroplanes sometimes, but basically that's it. The rest, it's just birds. I see deers in the fields around me. Basically, I really like this way of living. And now I want to tell you something about my daily routine for the last 3 weeks. And I had to bring my iPad because it's quite a lot. At first, my tea is still a little bit hot. I wake up and most of the time I'm here because of Blackie the cat. Blackie is sleeping somewhere on me or between the legs or in my belly or on my back. It's not always comfortable, but he seeks warmth. He's 15 years old. He's not too healthy, but he is absolutely adorable. So after waking up, then it's time to check the water of Blackie. He's got 3 cups on different parts of the house, so I need to refresh that water. I do this twice a day because cats like fresh water. And then of course it's also time to feed Blackie. In the morning he gets some meat-like or meat stuff, which is quite funny because the lady of the house, she's a vegetarian. And then for me it's time to do breakfast with coffee on different ways. You might have seen the out in Nino that I've been using a lot. I do pour over coffees, I do instant coffees in the morning, I do tea of course as well. And just with the polar bread sandwiches, I really like them. You can't get them in the Netherlands. Then at about 9, I wake up most of the time at 6 o'clock. At 9 it's getting light. At the moment that I'm shooting this video, what's the time? I'm not totally sure because it's 10. It's a 10:15 in the morning. And the weather has been quite dull and grey. Now then, when it's light, I go into the shed behind me and then I feed the birds over there in the garden. Then it's time for more coffee, and then I start basically checking my emails, start doing some work, because the work still continues, of course. And I know you've not seen a lot of reviews from me lately, but I'm really shooting a lot of B-roll here. I'm trying to bring more reviews in the very near future. It was just not possible for quite some while. Then the weather, as you can see around me, it's absolutely flat, dull and grey. And it's been like this for the last at least 10 days. I've not seen the sun. I love the sun, so that's making life sometimes a little bit, well, not hard, but less motivating to do a lot of video shootings, because I like to do my shootings in somewhere nice weather, because then it's just better for my equipment. But still, I go out for a lot of B-roll shooting on trail running shoes. You might have seen the post on the boots that I'm wearing at the moment, the Outdoorguru. That review will be done very, very shortly. And also on some headlamps, a torch, and some other stuff that I brought. So there was a lot of stuff to do and shoot B-roll on. And also because of the trail running shoes, I like to trail run where I live. That's quite good possible as well. But here it's more hilly and I just like that more. Now then, of course, in the afternoon, it's time to do the vacuum cleaning a little bit around where Blackie basically has his dinner, because that's quite messy. He is a messy eater. And then I do some laundry when it's needed. And I've done the laundry twice, just the towels, the bed linen, that kind of stuff. We all do this. And then at 3 o'clock, yes, 3 o'clock, it gets dark. And at 3:45, it's pitch black. So that's a very long evening, and that's something that I have to get used to, because I noticed that in the first week, when my wife was still there, I basically offered her a beer or a wine at 4 o'clock, because I thought already it was that kind of time, and it still feels a little bit like not home holiday. So that's when you do this. Now then, because the evenings are so long and it's dark, you need to have something to do, and we have got Sinterklaas in the Netherlands. And Sinterklaas, it's a tradition. You give people presents and you make some nice gifts. And in this case, I made a very nice broom with a bone, totally out of papier mache. Is this an English word? Well, paper and cardboard and that kind of stuff. Because my oldest daughter, Emily, she's a fan of Harry Potter. She studies medicine. So that's why I made her this gimmick. And she's going to have it, she had it when you see this video. But she will have it on coming Monday. That's when we celebrate this with the whole family. Now, then in the evening, it's time to watch a movie, which is a challenge here, because I did not upload so many things, because internet here is absolutely dramatically poor in comparison to what I have at home. I have a glass fiber wire, it's absolutely speedy. No hassle at all to send out big movies. Here it is it's just 5G. I've got 1 bar on my phone. And in the house it's got Wi-Fi, but it's just not very speedy. So sometimes you watch a movie and it's all in very small, very big blocks. Well, the house, I like it. It's the right size, it's got the right rooms. It's basically got everything that you need. Although, of course, when I would live here, I would do a little bit things a little bit more different. But hey, that's me to make it my own. But the house that she's got, it's absolutely wonderful. Also the shed. Although I must say, the shed, there's quite some rats in there. And there's some rats when I feed the birds as well. But the rats, they are absolutely beautiful. I saw some brown rats and a very nice black one. They don't look dirty, they don't look overweighted, they don't look like city rats at all. They look like normal wild animals, and that's animals, and that's absolutely something I do like. Now, then after a week, I went out into the garden, had a look around, and then I found something that I did not see before, which is an ice house. This is what I discovered when I was already a week here. I thought it was just a hill, but it is not. Because look, this is the ice house of there. And let me see if I can turn the light on. Yeah. You see, this is where they kept in the past the things that should stay fresh. Then, a little bit over there, in a separate shed, there is the water pump, because the house has got a well, and there's a lot of chalk in the water, so you see it everywhere when you do your dishes and you need to wipe down things very clean, good. But 2 days ago, suddenly there was no water coming from the taps anymore, not from the shower, not for the toilet. Good morning. There is no water pressure in the house, so I went into the pump house. I see that one at 4. This one is silent, but when I pull this lever, that goes, and that one goes up. And then I have more water pressure in the house. Do you know what the problem is? So I had a look around, and yes, the pump was not working. Now, there was one big black knob that was on off, but I don't know who put it on off. So I called the mom of the owner, then I called the owner, or we apped it when she was in Uzbekistan. And she said, well, maybe the pump is broken because it is a very old one. And then I started thinking, if there are rats everywhere and they go up the wire, then the switch goes from on, which is the up position, and down is the off position. It is very easy to flip. So when a rat maybe climbs up that wire to go to the roof, then maybe he flips the switch. And then she said, oh, that could be possible because I've had that a couple of times in the last year. And the mechanic who came to look could not find what the defect was. So maybe I found the defect, so I switched the switch, and now everything is absolutely fine again. Now, Then there is the thing of waste management. By the road they've got 2 bins, which is one for domestic waste and one for compostable waste. Then there is a compost area in the garden for just a very nice greenery stuff. Then you have to separate paper and plastic, put that in bags and take it somewhere else to put it there in very big bins, which is quite a hassle sometimes. Now then the evening protocol starts at 5 o'clock exactly, because then Blackie gets a little bit of candy, which is a sort of meat. First 1 piece of candy, then a piece of candy where I put a pill in for one of his illnesses. And then at last he gets a little bit of candy again. And that works every time. He eats it from my hand, sometimes from the floor, but it works absolutely super. Then he gets dinner. There I have to put a medicine in as well. Some oil is there for the skin or for his fur, so that it looks good. But he eats that during the night, basically. Now, then there's the cooking. The lady of the house, the lady of the manor, she is a vegan, so she asked me not to cook in the house and not in her pants when I'm cooking meat. I must say I ate way more vegetarian stuff than I do at home, because if I want to cook meat, I have to do this outside on my little Barbie. And that worked absolutely fine. Now, then I discovered a beer in the fridge, which was a Visby beer, and I can say that this is, together with the Bumblebee beer that I cannot find anywhere anymore, one of my favorite beers from Sweden. Try it if you've got the chance. Then the evenings, because they're long, I watch a movie again, maybe plans out, work on some plans for next year, work on reviews that I need to type. I don't use AI for typing my reviews. I like to do this by myself. And then at about 10 o'clock it is bedtime, and then Blackie hops onto the bed and finds a warm spot quite close to me. And then, yes, again, the weather. Would I do this again? I like the house, I like the hill, I like the surroundings sort of. The weather I don't like. The first week was absolutely fine. -10, -5 degrees with a lot of, but at least snow. That really brightens the day and makes my life less miserable. That is really exaggerating, but when I'm having 10 days of this grey, dull weather and nothing is happening, and it was a full moon last night, and you could not see it, it was just a sort of softbox up there, not nice, drizzle, not even really raining, really dull weather, and that's something that, well, I don't like. So in that respect, maybe I would do it again, but in a different part in Sweden, where it's a little bit more mountainous, a little bit more forest, because this is very rural. Houses, agriculture, a lot of people who are into horses. But if the owner asks me again to take care of Blackie and the house and all her plants, I did not mention the plants yet because I have to water, I don't know how many it is, I think it's about 1,000. Of course it's not, but it's a lot. But yes, if she asks it again, if I want to take care of the lot and especially of Blackie, I would do so, because, well, I never like leaving somewhere. I hardly say people goodbye when I'm leaving, because it's never a goodbye. A goodbye feels to me like a farewell. And the cat, he's sleeping on the couch at the moment, like he does. But I will really miss him. Blackie has really grown onto me. Yeah, that said, that was a wrap-up of basically 3 weeks of our house in Sweden, and I'm going to pack the van, take all my stuff, travel to Stockholm tonight, because that's where I will meet a old mate of the Scandinavian Outdoor Award jury meeting that I was in for a very long time, and we're going to have a little beer, and then it's for me a 2-hour drive back to the Netherlands. And when you see this video, because I'm going to edit this at home, I'm home already and working on reviews, I hope. Now, I hope you like this video, that it was a little bit informative to you. And if so, if you've got questions, remarks, suggestions, please use the comment section, because I love to get comments. Enjoy the outdoors and stay safe. Ciao, ciao! And now it's time to say goodbye to Blackie. Don't like this and drink my tea. Bugger.